for more on that new civil lawsuit facing Khalil. We're joined by Haggai, who brought the lawsuit. Haggai's Israeli-American parents were killed on October 7th, their bodies taken hostage by Hamas. They have still not been returned. Her attorney is Mark Goldfeder with the National Jewish Advocacy Center. Thank you both for joining us. Iris, first of all, this is my first time meeting you. I am so sorry about what happened to your parents. Tell me why you're filing this lawsuit, what you hope to accomplish.
Thank you, and nice meeting you as well. First is to raise awareness for the ongoing crimes that have been happening since October 7th and on October 7th. I mean, we didn't know what happened to my parents for 3 months. We only have intelligence. I don't have any forensic evidence. So just that fact alone is an ongoing crime, and there's an ongoing crime happening for 538 days already, every day that these hostages are held in underground, inhumane conditions. And definitely to get the people who are promoting this accountable and make sure that they face consequences of promoting terrorism.
Mark, you say in this lawsuit that Khalil and a few other students knew of the attacks on October 7th before they happened. What makes you think that?
Well, there's strong evidence of ongoing coordination with the parent groups of the group that Khalil represents for going back decades with Hamas. AMP, which sponsors SJP, which is part of the CUAD group that he directs, has been credibly accused of being an alter ego of several other organizations that have already been criminally convicted of providing material support to Hamas. The SJP social media accounts had been dormant for months, and then right before the attacks on October 7th, they suddenly posted, "We're back." Quite a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences.
The SJP says, the email goes on to say, "We're back. Our first meeting is planned." Couldn't it have been, it was October? The school year had just begun a month earlier. Couldn't it have just been something as innocuous as, "We're back and here's our next meeting"? In other words, I'm just asking you to close the loop on why you think that shows they knew about this horrific attack.
Well, several hours later, again, as bodies were still being rounded up, as hostages were still being taken into Gaza, they then distributed a manifesto, a toolkit complete with a plan of attack, which stated, "We are part of this movement, Hamas, not just in solidarity with it," and it included materials that had been prepared before the attack on October 7th. So yeah, if it was only that one little piece, you're right, maybe you could explain it away, but as part of this ongoing pattern of coordination, every time Hamas asked them to do something, they said, "We want you to put up a blockade on April 15th. They called for a blockade on April 15th. And multiple times, Hamas has actually thanked them for their efforts. So CUAD, which is the group that Khalil represents, hosted a PFLP, Hamas-affiliated terrorist, at one of their events on Columbia's campus. At the event, the PFLP terrorist said he brings thanks from his friends and brothers in Hamas to the group for their service. So when someone tells you that they are trying to coordinate with a foreign terrorist organization, it behooves us all to believe them.
Iris, I can't fathom going through what you've gone through, losing both of my parents in the way that you lost yours in that violent attack on October 7th, and believing, I mean, you'll have to prove it in court, that people who were here in the United States of America knew that that attack was about to happen and did nothing to stop it, and even perhaps celebrated it after.
It was horrible. October 8th, I thought the minimum was to, go crazy over innocent hostages being taken and the murder of babies and children. But instead, we saw protests to promote this terrorism, to justify it, to, brand rape as resistance. Just horrific things, Imagine if they promoted peace and demanded the unconditional release of hostages. How many lives we would have saved from both sides.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.